You got head coach Olsen here. Ben, just to kick it off, how's everybody feeling after last night's result and then having to shift focus to a big game against Dallas on Saturday?
We're tired. Tired but happy, and that's how you should be after a night like that. We got back a little later than usual, but it was again just a great night for the club, for the players, staff, City Houston, and our fans. So it was just again, we're just thrilled to hold a trophy. We didn't. You always want to win and hold silverware. The start of this year, did we expect to be in a position to do that? I don't know. In some ways it was a building year, and we wanted to get a real foundation. But things in this tournament sped up, and it gave us an opportunity to win and kind of push this process to go a little faster. And again, we're just thrilled to do that and get a little bit publicity and some good press around the club. But we also understand now that Dallas comes, a rival comes in town in 2 days, and we got a job to do, because our other objective, our main objective of the whole year, is to get in the postseason, and that's still not there, and we have to get a few results here over the course of the next several games to kind of fulfill that second objective. And if we can do that, then we'll shoot for the stars.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The last time we spoke, you said you won't put yourself at the back because now you've done something, getting a trophy. Second objective, making the playoff. Now, having won this trophy, I saw the excitement, the celebration. How do you plan to keep the team focused or bring them back to the second objective of facing FC Dallas?
Yeah, we have no choice, and that's a good thing, right? If we had points in the bag and we had some time to kind of relax, that would be a different scenario. But we really have no choice but to enjoy it last night and this morning, and then tomorrow it's back to work and focusing fully on Dallas and trying to get into the postseason. We still want to win at home. We still think we can put a good team together with the right energy, but it's going to take a lot of players to handle that. We put a lot into the last game, and then a quick turnaround to go to Montreal, which is a tough place to play. And then we're coming back here against Colorado. So it's going to take everybody over this next week. Motivation, I don't see it going in the wrong direction. In some ways, this pours a little fuel on wanting to go for more, and so I don't worry too much about that.
I saw Chacha in celebration yesterday in Miami. What is the situation like? Because he hasn't featured for the senior team this season.
Who's this?
Achara.
Achara.
Yes,
Listen, I've been injured a lot as a player. I had 11 surgeries, and I sat on the sidelines for over 2 full seasons. So when I see players that get injured, and I know what they're feeling, I know how hard it is for them to sit and watch, all these players play week in, week out while you're in the gym and you're doing rehab. It's really, really a grind, both physically and mentally, to be injured. And so I got a lot of respect for him and Tate. A bunch of these guys have been out with long-term injuries. And to see him working and just being around, he's a great teammate. He's a great locker room. So he's even working with the academy. He's been coaching as well and filling his time that way. So not easy. And to see these guys understand that they're still a part of the team on a night like that, and to see joy in their face is very special.
You talked about, when you came in, always talked about guys just believing in the system, it's going to come, It seems like right now the team is really believing. Is that what I'm saying now?
Well, I think we've gotten enough results. as the season went, we started to get enough results to get a little buy-in of kind of what we were selling here with the group, and but I credit them. They've taken the structure and in some ways made it their own, and with some of the qualities and relationships that they've built on and off the field. So, we're at times, again, we've played some really fun soccer. That first half we played last night was as good as we've played. It wasn't necessarily sustainable. I think we put so much into the offensive and defensive end. I think we physically tuckered out a little bit in the second half. They made some adjustments, but again, a really good performance overall.
How was going into a match like that, and having so many people actually watching and paying attention, and you guys going in as far as people not believing in you guys, and how tough was that with the crowd?
It's not really tough. In some ways, you're playing with house money, right? You're low expectations. You go into a game like that, everyone thinks that Miami's gonna they're gonna be at home and they'll be on top of the game, and they've got a lot of the hype. Listen, Messi didn't play, right? Alba didn't play. Those are two real players. I mean, if in the end, if we had Hector out or another, some key players, it would change. That doesn't take away anything from the win, because they're still replacing them with Joseph Martinez and players that are, big-time youth internationals from Argentina and Farias. So they have still a really nice, deep roster. And but it was, again, this team seems to do better when we play kind of teams with more hype, the teams that people think that are a little bit better than us. So we live in that space. I've been saying it. We live in this underdog space because we're Houston, and what this last 10 years has looked like. And that's okay, but part of this is trying to build out of that and have higher expectations of ourselves and getting into postseasons. We've talked about many times, and how to sustain that, right? To have a good year every now and then is one thing, but to sustain that, that's the real challenge, I think, in pro sports, and that's what we're trying to do here.
Coach, how important is the next game against Dallas FC?
Yeah, it's a rival. It's one of it's our biggest game of the year. That's the reality, and they're hungry and they're looking to move up. And in the same way we are, all desperate to get into the postseason. It's very tight in the West, maybe as tight as it's been in a long time, and a lot of points. Teams are amassing a lot of points. So we just have to, again, enjoy this last night, today, and then tomorrow get busy on getting ready for Dallas. We've played them a few times already, so we know who they are for the most part. Doesn't make it easier. They're fresh. They rotated some guys on last night, so they'll have good energy, and they're a good team, and they're well coached.
What's your message for the fans? They were so super excited yesterday, and I was at the store today. They were getting the championship shirts.
That's great. That's what this is all about. And even last night, the orange stands out, especially against the pink. So it was nice to see our fans. We had a great section of staff that came along and family. Our ownership did a wonderful job of supporting our families and staff and bringing them and making sure we had a nice presence there. And then there were a lot of fans that made the trip, so it was nice to see them. For our fans here, I know they were rooting and gave us good energy from Texas, and I'm thrilled for them. I'm thrilled to, I've said before, when I see fans, that are happy with what we're doing or what the product we're putting on, and giving them some joy. That's what this is about.
Hey, Coach, the prestigious nature of the US Open Cup cannot be overemphasized or downplayed. And you, as a coach, how does this victory rank among your achievement as a coach?
Well, I've only won. This is my second championship as a coach. And the first one was 10 years ago in Salt Lake. Similar circumstances, going away to a team that is quote unquote, the team that should have won, and so it was nice in that way that it was a little bit historical for me, selfishly, that that was a special game. This was a special game. They're all different. It's all different journeys. I can't pass. I'm picking between my children.
As I was going through MLS.com site, they ran a headline which got me thinking: Houston Dynamo upset merciless
I know.
Inter Miami. I mean, when you read that kind of headline, aren't they downplaying or demanding?
Yeah. Listen, there's no asterisks with this one. I don't care. We're not concerned on that. We have every team has issues and injuries, and just because, I don't think Miami's speaking that as a team. I got a lot of respect for what they've done there. I think it's been an incredible transformation of a team, and the atmosphere was great. I think David Beckham and the ownership group has done a phenomenal job, and they're a huge asset to this to this league and what they've done and bringing the greatest player of all time in here. It's just wonderful, but I don't care. That doesn't concern me on the day and what the press is writing about Messi-less or Alba-less. Yeah, they're good players. They put on good players for them, and we played very well. So we'll never know.
2 goals in the finals and shutout. Great defense, great midfield, great offense. Now Dallas come to town. What weakness in Dallas do you think your team will exploit to still maintain that high level of performance that we've known them over the season?
Well, I don't know. I got to leave here and dig into them a little bit more, but we have a good feel for who they are. They're patient. They've got different ways of hurting you. They've got some different profiles, and whether it's Paul or they've got some pace. They've got one of the best forwards in the league, who can go beyond you, but he also underneath causes a lot of trouble. But he's super efficient, in Ferreira and how many goals he scores on a consistent basis. They got a great number 10, 2 good holdings, a steady back 4. They're good. They're a good MLS team. And we've seen that this year, in particular when we played them at their place. So we'll have to be at our best in all areas that we focus on. We're just going to have to play a really good game and find some real energy. And so it's the tactical side, but it's also the mentality and energy. And hopefully we have the right mindset going into this game, that this win last night propels us to want more and to be driven to now get into the playoffs and deal with our next objective. Good.
We had a couple that were sent in that wanted to ask you, what was your conversation with Beckham on the field after the cup presentation? He was very complimentary of our team, and that was nice. I mean, he's a wonderful guy, and I think he's doing a great job. I think the league is very, very lucky to have him engaged in the league and Miami. So and I echoed those. I kind of told him that, and that he's what a great job he's done for the league and to bring more eyeballs and global, really kind of push this league forward to another level in the way that he did when he came into this league. And then one more, going into Dallas with 2 players with yellow card suspensions, just how you manage the roster and lineup and that sort of stuff going into the game.
Yeah, I said it's going to take everybody over the next 11 days, and it starts also with
the suspensions. We're at that time of year. Every game, everybody's got enough cards where you're going to lose one or two, and it's just what it is. So we'll make it work.
We have one more on Zoom. Rudy, go ahead. Can't hear you, Rudy.
Sorry, Coach. Congratulations on the win yesterday.
Thank you.
Obviously, the game on Saturday, it's a big one. You guys been wanting to see more people fill in the stadium. Trophies may bring in more people into the Texas Derby. So just your expectation on, finally, trying to showcase who the Houston Dynamo really are to the fans in Houston.
Hopefully it helps. It should help, and it should give us more eyeballs and hopefully more supporters coming out to the matches and continue to build on some of the success we've had so far. That's the plan. I've said that all along. We have to do our part, and we have to win games. We have to win them in games at home. We have to do it in an entertaining way, and ultimately put ourselves in positions to win trophies and do that in a consistent way. And that's what our job is from a sporting side, right? We have a business side that focuses on other aspects of building that. But I don't think it can hurt. Put it that way, Rudy.
Sure. Hey, thank you, and good luck on Saturday.
Okay, thanks, buddy.
All right.
Thank